G'day folks, in this video I'll show you how you can solve the Crazy Grill's Neptune. Well, this is a really interesting puzzle. It's got a just right feel about it. It's got some challenges and it's certainly much more difficult than, say, the Jupiter. And so I'm really excited to be doing this one. And the Neptune has 3 zero faces around a corner. So those zero faces mean that the center parts stay fixed. And then, so the red, white, green are those zero faces. And then the blue, orange, yellow are one faces. So those center parts turn with those faces. So it makes for a very, very interesting, as I've said, solve. So the first thing that I want to do here is a little bit different than normal, and it is to deal with the bits in here. These bits potentially, and specifically, these edge wings closest to the corner. So this corner here, white, red, green, this is the problematic corner. And what I mean is the following. If I want to just reduce edge wings as normal out here somewhere and then place them, as soon as I turn them in, because I'm turning them on that face, you can see that they lose the circle part. So this one, if I tried to turn that out, it loses that orange part. So I need to get these 3 edge wings around this corner done first, and then I need to place this corner. But before that, you'll also notice I've got 3 triangles here, and those 3 triangles I need to turn in place as the very first thing. So this section is dealing with this little white, red, green corner, not all of it, but most of it. So the first thing, turn the triangles into place. They cannot escape anywhere because if I turn any of those faces, they just sit there. So when we've done that, what I then want to do is look at the 6 edge wings in the circle, the 6 circle edge wings. You can see one of them there is that white one, it's already in. This one needs to be red. So I'm going to grab it from one of the other faces, which does turn. There's a red one, which will go to that position and then that position. So I just want to basically put this, well, I could turn this up, put the red circle wing onto that position. Don't know why that's not turning. Absolutely no idea. Is it that? Put that red wing onto there and then turn it down. And you'll notice that this little white one here has not budged, because as I turn up the white face, it stays fixed. So that's the first 2 things. I'll turn it around, I'll do the same here, red and green. So we notice that there is a red up there, which will do nicely. So I can turn up to that yellow face, turn the red on and return. Now the green, there's a green sitting here. So I'll turn up, put the green on, turn it back. You can see that now I have red, green, and I still have the white, red. What's the next one? Green, white. Well, I don't have a green on the top face, and by the look of it, I don't have a correct white one. So what I want to do is just grab it from somewhere by turning one of the other faces. I can see here there's a green over here, and that green there will turn around to the, will it or no? It will not, because it needs to be going to here. So I've got to get it to that position. There is one thing I can do, is just try turning a corner like that. There we go. Put that green into position. Now I can turn the face, bring it up, put it on, undo. The last one is this white one. I don't have a white one nearby that I can turn. Let's grab one from elsewhere. I can turn this blue face happily, so there's also a white one there. So if I bring that one up, let's see if that is the correct one. Yes, it is. It's going across the face there. So last one. And you look now and you've got all the correct pieces surrounding this corner. The next little bit is to place the edge wings that belong there. Now this is a white green, but clearly it is the incorrect white green. So I want to go find the other white green wherever it lives and bring it up to this face. Okay, it's here on the yellow face, so I can turn it up to the top, bring it into the position that it needs to be in, And what I mean by that is I'm now going to turn it down to here with a down, down, up, up. And the reason this will work is because when I turn it down like this, it's going to push out the green. There's my first down. I'll turn down again, it'll push out the white. Then I do my up, the green comes back. I do my up, the white comes back, and that green-white edge wing is sitting there. So that's the first one. I'll turn around, I'll do the same with the white-red. Let's see if this is the correct one. No, it's not. So, I was looking at that one there. This is right next door. And this one is the correct one because it will turn down in the same manner. So down, down, up, up. That one is placed. We'll turn it around. Now we've got to do the red green. Just looking for it. There is a red green here. Let's turn it using the blue face and see if it is the correct one. No, it's not. It'll go wrongly. So where's the other one? Over here. So that can be turned up on the orange face. I'll bring that around and that will be the correct one, which I can now turn down into place. Okay, so you can see that it is gradually building up. The last piece of this little puzzle is to place that corner, the white, red, green corner. Now what I want to do is put it above where it's going, but I need to have it so that this color is opposite to that face. So if this is white, I need the white to be up here. So what I'll do there is just basically do some manipulation until I get the white onto the top. Now that white is directly above the opposite face, and what I can do to place it without disturbing what I've done is 3 down, down, up, ups. There's one of them. Two. And 3. And you can see that has correctly placed, and in fact all of the other bits that I've already done have stayed there. Now that is the end of that first little section, which is to deal with this white, red, green corner. Everything else on here I can do later. For example, this bit here I can turn out without disturbing or without turning the red and the green faces. This bit, absolutely. The triangles, absolutely. So that was an essential first part. What I want to do next is to reduce the remainder of the edge wings. Now, what I would normally do is to hold it so my white's on top. For the first lot, let's say I'll do it like this. I've got the red at the back, the green on the right, and I want to use these two faces and the yellow face to turn and position pieces where I want them. So if you haven't watched the Jupiter, I'd suggest doing that because it's the same technique here. It's just more restricted. And what I want to do is say, there is a green circle edge I would like to place, and it is pretty specific now where you want to place these things. I'd like to place a green outer edge wing in that position. And I just need to do that by turning the left face, the front face, or the down face, or corners if that helps. So I've got a green outer sitting here. That's fine. That is going to turn onto that like so. I'm then going to move this down and I want to replace it with a third piece. Now for this one, I'm just going to put any old third piece here just to demonstrate how this is going to work. So once I've got that piece there and my desired third piece here, which I'll look at soon, I turn to attach. I'll turn the corner down to that position and then bring this piece, the orange red, up to there with an up, up, down, down. Now you might be wondering what's happened to this stuff that we had done at the back. It's kind of moved out of place. It has, however, if I just undo everything as I should and return that up face, you'll notice it all goes back to where it should be. So the piece that we just built was that green piece there. Now I would say, good, I've got a little red circle edge wing. I want to put a red outer edge wing in that position. Let's see if I can find one there. fact, this is one that will definitely work because it's sort of opposite there. So if I wanted to get that one into that position, I'll turn the blue face, turn the yellow face. Now bring this down, put it on, undo, undo. So just very, very normal manipulation. Now let's have a look at the third color. The red's going to go to here, the white is going to come down to there, and I know that the orange circle edge wing is sitting at the back. Ideally, I would like an orange outer edge wing in that position. Let's see if I can get that. Yes, I can. There's the orange outer edge wing, which is going to replace that there. So now that things are set up, turn that on, turn the corner down, replace it with my third piece, turn the corner up, and undo the face move of the upper face. And importantly, that has not been touched. It's very, very crucial that this is kind of done as a recipe because any accidental not turning this back or anything else is going to disrupt that work we did at the start, and it will mean you'll have to go right back and get that done again. So I would continue doing all them, but what I'm going to do now is show how I would do the right hand ones. So if you like, these are the left hand ones. To do the other ones, such as this one here, I would turn the puzzle so it's like this and just do the mirror. So this time, instead of turning my left face, which I don't want to turn, I will turn my right face to position things. And this is the relevant first piece I'm looking at. So that's a red circle edge wing. I'd like to place a red outer wing there. I can just do that by turning it up like so. And then I see inside here is a white. So now I would like to have a white in that exact position there. So everything's set up. Let's do the mirror. I'll turn that around. Now turn the corner down by turning the corner anti-clockwise. Now replace with this piece. Now undo that corner turn, and very important, undo the face turn. And you can see, in fact, we've got that one done, we've got that one done, and I think we've got that one done. I reckon we got 3 done there. Let's do one more of these because what would you do now? You've got to put another piece in there. Well, I could just turn a corner like so. I've got a green, so I'm now looking for a green outer to go there. This is a good one. I will also, let's put this up the top. We note that this is green, orange, orange, green. So if I think that green is going to come to there, but I'd like an orange piece down the bottom here. So what I can do is, if I can't find a normal orange piece, because it's not always possible, there's none on the bottom. Let's just see if I turn that down, that actually is a normal orange piece, and that's the position I want it on the bottom face to turn up to there. So that will do nicely. So that will come back and complete this one. So I'll get 2 done here. So turn the face, turn the corner. Now this time, instead of going up with this face first, I'm going to go up with the orange face because it's sitting on the underside of the puzzle. That's done. Undo the corner, undo the face. There we have that one done. Where was the other one? Possibly this one, I think. And that's the one that I'd work on next. Really important. You'll notice this stuff that we've done has not been touched. So I will continue working through these and come back in with the last couple. All right, I think I'm down to the last 3 of these right-hand ones. I've got the green circle one there. I've got a green outer one there. I'm now looking for a yellow outer one, which is in that position, and that blue circle matches the blue outer. So I'm pretty sure this is the last one I need to do. Okay, just looking around, I don't think I can see any others that are not reduced. So that stage is done. You can see everything we had done previously here is still completely intact, which is what we want. The next stage is to reduce the central edges. Now, to do this, I need a face, which is a 0 face, so it could be white, red, or green, which has all edge wings of the same color. And to me, the most logical one is just to stay on the white face. I've already got the two whites there, so I'm going to fill the remaining parts here with white edge wings. Now, it's a little bit trickier to get them into this position because of the fact that I can't turn faces like this. So what I would want to do initially would be to get, for example, this one here can turn up to there, or it could come from here. So I need to get a white edge wing in that position. So one thing I could do, I can happily turn the blue face, and then I can turn it around like that. That's done. Let's go over to this other side and try to do something similar over here. So that comes from there. So I would need to get a white edge wing onto that position if it's possible. So let's just see. In fact, there's two really good ones that can be turned straight up to there when I'm done. So this one here, this one unfortunately is going to go to there, which is not going to go to that position. There will be another wing somewhere. There it is. Let's take this one down, turn it on the yellow face, turn it up to that position. Now, again, I don't just want to turn it up there because I can't turn the green face and it'll knock this out anyway. So I would prefer turning it up like this. Now, the one that I had up here has just vanished, I think because I turned that front face, and that's what it was there. Was it? No. Unless I'm going mad. I swear that I had one in here, which could well be. I don't know. Let's continue doing what I was doing. I'd place that one into that position and turn it on like that. This one here, those were the two I found before. Where is the other one? It's vanished. It's that one there, and I don't know how it got to there. All I can suggest is, I'll get those two out of the way, put this back to that position. Now that is going to go to there, which will go to there and to there. So that is the correct one. So what I'll do is turn it round. I haven't done any of these yet, so this should still be okay. Just turn it round to there and place it back. I guess I must have knocked it out somehow. But then the last two can simply be turned up to the top face like that. Now, hopefully clearly, the reason for having all the same color is so that I can turn them around and those edge wings are not affected at all. Okay, so when you've got that, you want to now just focus on each of the central edges here. And let's start with this one. I've got a white outer central edge. I would like a white circle central edge, the small piece, in that position. So there's one here. The places that I'm looking for them to be are here, works beautifully. Directly below on the bottom face works beautifully. And over here on the side faces also works beautifully. That's the positions that I like the pieces to be in. If they're not in that position, we may need to do some setups to put them there, but there's an example of why that is a good position. It's just an up, up, down, down to put it there. It does not affect the edge wings at all. That's a blue. I turn the puzzle around. Yes, I'm getting into this region, but it doesn't matter. I want to try and place a blue edge or central edge. I can see one over here and I can turn that yellow face. Remember, the part that I've got going here is that, so I can still happily turn the yellow face. That blue piece comes up in that manner. So that's fine. That's an orange. I'd like to put an orange circle piece there. There's one directly underneath. Now, I'm turning this, but you'll notice that when I'm done, nothing of that region has been affected. So that's why that's still good. And that's a blue outer. I'd like a blue inner, or this first one that I had a white inner piece, and that is a white outer piece. So I'm happy with that. What I want to do here is now turn the face. I'm always aiming to get 3 of these things done, which will leave another one done, and I start again. So that's going to be blue outer. I need to place a blue inner. have a look around and see if there's any. There's none on the bottom. Where are the blue inners? There's one sitting over here. Now, what I can do potentially is bring that out, but I don't like the sound of that. So instead, I'm just going to do a setup, move this one down. That blue inner is now in a position where it can be turned up from that side face. Now, if I come back here, I did have that turn. I think it was that turn that I did. You'll notice things seem a little strange here because I've had to turn the upper face. So realistically, that belongs back there, but I had to turn that face. This will come back at the end, but doing that sort of thing does not affect anything I've done. So the next one, red, there's a red inner piece, so I can put that up. The next one is green, there's a green. And just so happens that is a yellow outer going onto a yellow circle piece. Fantastic, I'll get 4 done. Now, that means I don't have any to start with, so I just choose something and put it up there. And that will be my new starting piece. Now, by the way, that's a white outer. I want a white inner here or here. I can go back this way if I want. There's no problem with that. And in fact, let's do that because there's a white piece over here that will very easily go into that position. That's a green. So now I'm looking for a green inner piece. I can see one on the bottom that I can turn around. That's a blue. I'm looking for a blue inner. And the other thing would be a blue outer to go to there. So in fact, this is an occasion where I would say that's a perfect piece. I'll just do the turn. It retains that and it gets the other 3 done straight away. Again, let's move one of these up. That's a green outer, so my green inner, there's one here and there's one here. So I'll put that one up. Now I could go either way here because they're opposite. So orange, green, green, orange. So let's say that I go around here and I want to put a green inner in that region. Do I have one nicely? Not really. So what about if I went this way and said I'd like to get an orange inner here? Again, not an obvious one. So it may well be that those are the only 2 ones done. There is a green inner in this position. That's a possibility. So what I might do, I'm going to move this green inner piece firstly down to the bottom face, where I can sort of move it around. Then I can put it directly under where it belongs and place it. That's now an orange, so I'm looking for an orange inner. There is one on the bottom. And that now enables me to turn. I'll get 3 done. This one has 2 that are undone. So I definitely am keen to get this white green sorted. That requires a white inner. It is directly underneath. The next one is a blue outer, which requires a blue inner. There's one over here, so we'll turn that down and put it on. It's a yellow. Do we have a yellow inner somewhere? We do. Down the bottom here. And you can see most of the time, this is fairly normal and quick in how it goes. They've just come around and made those. There can't be that many left. 1 on the top, 2 on the top, 3, 4. Yeah, it looks like only 4 left. So let's see how we go. The first thing is to get, I can get these 2 up into a position, but they don't really want to be next to each other because they don't share anything in common. So probably the first thing, I'll just put that one up. So that's my starting point. So let's find a white inner. There's a white inner here. What I'd like to do initially is get it down to the bottom and now that it's on that face, I can just turn it round and position it. Now, I've got a white yellow and a yellow white. I think the other two were completely different colors. Yellow, red, red, yellow. Okay, so probably what I'll do here is then say, if that is a white, or sorry, a yellow white over here, and I'd like a yellow circle part to go there, or potentially I could have a yellow outer part going here. That might be the go, and that seems to be a little easier to deal with. So I'll put that up there. It's going to turn this way. Now I'll do that now because what that'll leave me is a yellow red and a red yellow, and that's it. So again, let's now turn this down to the bottom so that I can move it around. I'll put it underneath where it needs to go. Now, yes, it's on the green face. However, and you might notice out of interest, this has now come back, which is good, but not great. I'll turn this yellow or the red yellow piece up to there. It just so happens that I have two opposite same colors on the sides. That is what I need. So if I did not have that, I would need to go and just place them there. I can then do that turn, and that finishes off those central edges. However, as you've seen, it's also knocked out this. So what I need to do now is be able to turn that back 2 turns, and that means getting the same color on all the central edges. Well, clearly I've got 3 yellows. I've got to get the 4th one. Got to find it first. No, it's not that one. Where is it? Right there. So, I mean, again, I can just take this down to the bottom face initially. Move it underneath and put it into position. Now I can turn my green-red portion back to where it belongs. And of course, all the same color central edges, they have retained as well. So that's a really important last little bit of that stage, is making sure that this white, red, green thing comes back. So where are we? We made this section, we reduced the edge wings, we've now reduced the central edges. We are essentially now at a grills solve. So what we want to do now is solve the triangles. But of course, we can't turn the white face, we can't turn the green face, we can't turn the red face. So I would be looking to solve the triangles using orange, blues, and yellows. So let's say that I move that one up there, turn the orange face to put the white triangle on, and turn it back. I can do the same thing with this one. Now, where is another white? There's another white on the red, but I can't turn the red face to move it. So I would firstly move that white one up to the yellow face. I would then just, I guess I could just turn that straight down like that because I haven't done them yet. Now that is able to be turned onto its position. And because I'm turning the blue, orange, and yellow faces only, I'm not disturbing anything I've done. Now, let's have a look next at perhaps the red face. I can turn the blue face so that can be put on. This one here, I can turn the yellow face, so that's fine. And here, the green face I can't turn. So I can't, well, in actual fact here, I could do that because I haven't done this green one yet. So that's okay. Now the green. I've got one green here, which I can turn on like that. Where's the other green? It's over on the blue face. The only path I have to the green really is that yellow face. So I'll turn that around first, then use the yellow face to place it. So all of the white, green, and reds are now done. That leaves me the yellow, blue, and orange. So I'll just place them as I need to. That just leaves yellow and orange. Pretty straightforward. And what's the other one? Okay, so all of the triangles are now done. The next little stage is that I want to solve, or I want to check for a single twisted corner. Reason being that I don't want to fix it later. It's very annoying to have to fix it right at the end, and it's very simple to deal with it now. So that being the case, what I want to do is solve all the white corners. They don't even have to be oriented. I just want to place them into position. And I can do that, for example, I can turn around white, orange, blue. That's actually underneath where it goes. So I can just do an up, up, down, down. That is really the only face that I can do that on because of the blue and orange being next to each other. There's a white, blue, red here. Now, if I turn it under where it belongs, I can't do an up, up, down, down because I'd be turning the red face. So instead, I'll turn that blue face, rotate the yellow to put it underneath, and return. That's the method there. This last one, something similar. I'll have to turn the orange face, grab the piece and put it on. Now, I've got the whites on the white face. I've got the yellows on the yellow face. I'm going to look at the overall number of twists. So these are all correctly oriented. So there's 0, 0, 0. This is one turn clockwise. So we've got a +1 here. Now we'll come to the yellow face. That's a 0. This is +1. This is -1. So overall, we're still on +1 from that corner. We come over here. We've turned anti-clockwise. So that is a -1. So overall, we are on a 0, which means we do not need to twist any corners. Again, I'll just go through adding these up. Anything that is oriented correctly is 0. If it's twisted clockwise, it's a 1. If it's anti-clockwise, it's a -1. So +1, -1, back to 0, -1, +1, back to 0. So we're good. However, if we did not have that, let's say that we had something like this, and it was a +1 or a -1, we would need to twist a corner such that it returned it to 0. When we did that twist, we would also need to solve triangles. We would resolve the triangles using those faces. So that's the very simple fix for a single twisted corner, doing it now rather than right at the end. So we're all good to go here. We're not going to encounter that at the end. Well, the next stage is to reduce the big edges, and I've sort of got some of them reduced. In terms of these white, green, reds, what you'll notice is that I've got a lot of that part done, but I don't have these bits. And they're the bits that I want to do first. In other words, I want to find a pair of the other white, green and place it into that position because these are a little bit different to the others. So let's go for white, green, green, red, or red, white. There's a white, red piece there. I'm going to find the white, red, or the other white, red. I think it's that one there. So I can turn that up as I like, and I need to, okay, so I need to position it using these three faces so that I can then attach this to that. Now the easiest way to do it, if this is a white and that is a white, I can simply do that sort of thing with the central edges, and that'll come across and attach. So that's my white, red. That's got to be placed in here. So therefore I need to have it up on the blue face. Let's put it on the blue face and see how this is going to work. It's going to be positioned there and it'll turn in like that. But clearly that has knocked out triangles. So before I begin, I'm going to turn it off to the side. I'm going to rotate the corner so that that triangle matches that color. And then I'm going to cycle this pair over to here. And you can see now it's attached to the white. I turn the corner back, it's in. Okay, so that's white, red. What about red, green? The red, green is actually sitting in the white, green. So I'm going to do the white, green first because, in fact, the white, green is in here as well. So it doesn't really matter which I do. Let's take that white, green out just using something like this. let's attach it to its white-green edge wing, which is over here. Yes, that is the same color, so I can just move it across again. There's the white-green pair that needs to be moved on the orange face. So we'll bring it round to where it belongs. Okay, we can see it's going to turn down like that. So this time I'm going to turn it off to this side so I can turn the yellow face. Going to bring the corner up so the color of the triangle matches those colors there. Now do what I did before. And then return. Now, that should have knocked out a red-green somewhere. I think that's down there. That was the one that was in. And there's the other red-green. So let's turn that. Green-red matches the color there. That's the pair. This time it's got to be done on the yellow face. Okay, it's going to turn down like that. So turn it off. Turn the corner. Place the pair. Return the corner. And that is a really nice sight. You've got your 2x2 block of white, green, red. That's not going to change anymore. I'm going to kind of hold it back like that. Now, I say we're going to do our work over here, but in actual fact, it's going to be simpler a lot of the time to still involve these faces, but just not turn them. You'll see what I mean as we go. Okay, so the remainder of the edges to be reduced is done how I would normally do it, say on a Jupiter or anything else like that. I would either make a pair, as I've just been doing, or if I've already got a pair of edge wings, I'd try and find the central edge and place it. So normally I just go, oh, I'll turn that, but of course I can't turn the red face. So let's bring that up to there. Now that's orange and that's green. So I'd do something like rotate it around. Does that help? No, that's still going to be a problem. So let's try something like that. Now that piece will come through to there and make that triplet all good. I'm always looking to see if another pair's been made. It hasn't yet, so I can look to see that orange white can go next to that one. So that's a simple way to make a pair. Then I'll find the other orange white piece, which is down here. I need to move that on the one faces. Let's see how. Yeah, so I want to bring that around so that this pair can turn onto it and make the triplet. Now, I just want to replace that with anything else that's not yet been done. And always undo that corner turn. Okay, I've got, yep, the yellow-red here. And that is also going to magically make a blue-orange as I go, which is fantastic. Got a yellow-red pair. Let's see how I can get these turned. Okay, just turning these faces until that is matched to the triplet. Now it starts now getting a little bit trickier because I would just like to turn that off and replace it, but I can't turn this red face. So I've got to think, how else can I do it? And this is one of the issues with having the pieces involved in this yellow, blue, orange region. You'll notice that as I turn that corner, these three edges are the ones that are involved. That means I can't use these three edges when I do my replacement. So I would then look and say, how else could I accomplish this? There are a couple of ways, but it often turns out that it's easier to move the pieces that you've got somewhere else. So let's just see, if I move that to there, I can still happily do that. Now, will that enable an easier thing, and it absolutely will. And I'll explain why. Now I've got that piece, I can go across the blue and the orange face, and both of those can be turned and either of those can replace. And it doesn't affect these edges. So that's exactly what I'll do. Okay, that's done. Let's return the corner. All right, let's go for the next one. White, blue, no. It's a green, yellow. Got there in the end. Yellow, green can go across to there. Now, there's 1, 2 pieces. Where's my third one coming from? I'm going to have to make it come from there. And I've just seen also I have blue oranges, so I'm going to do them next, but I'll just make this yellow green pair first. Now let's see which is easy. Can I just finish off? Yes, I can. Yellow, green can turn around to there. Now again, it's on the orange, blue, yellow. So what I'm going to do is just rotate that face first. And when I turn, that's going to free up this region over here. That's probably the simplest way to deal with this stuff. I'll return the corners. I think I had blue, orange. Could be the next one. Let's find the other piece. It's there. Okay, that's now looking good. Again, it's on the yellow, blue, orange corner. I don't like that, so I'm just going to turn it across, make that triplet, and then that should allow me something to work with over here. So there's my replacement piece. Okay, that's done. All right. What's left? Not that many. I've got all 4 on the bottom. 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 4 to go. For now, I'll just do 1 more. If I can, easily enough, I can get that red blue into there. Now, that has made a yellow-blue pair, which is fantastic because that is the sort of thing that I'm trying to do now. Because I've only got yellow-blue, white-blue, and yellow-orange as my 3 remaining ones. So I would now like to try and make a yellow-orange pair or a white-blue pair, whatever works. Let's see if I can make a white-blue pair matched with the blue-white. I can. I just have to get this third piece somewhere in this same region. That could be a little bit trickier than I thought. Now that, okay, the blue-white will come back to there. That's good. Orange, yellow, white, blue, yellow, blue. Okay. That I don't want. In actual fact, I don't want to just move the central edges because it will knock out the yellow-blue from the pair that I've made. So instead of that, the first thing I would try would be no, that's not going to work. No, just trying to get this so that it correctly color matches to the white blue, but it's proving slightly difficult. So the next thing I would try is, can I get the orange yellow to match where I need it to match? Now that orange yellow can now go across to there, but I actually want, I think I want the pair. If I do that, that is going to make the pair. And to be honest, that blue yellow is not made yet, so that's okay. So the last thing here is to ensure, so I'm going to turn this across and I want to replace this triplet with the other triplet, but I don't want to break that blue-yellow pair. So I just need to check when I turn this around, will those two pieces land here, because they're the ones that are going to turn back. And they certainly will. So that's perfect. I've got that ready. Let's now replace. There they are. I'll turn them back. They've stayed together. Let's see where we're at. We've got blue, yellow, orange, yellow. Now I've got a white blue that is sort of mixed in there. That I don't like. So I'm going to do something that I'm able to do on this puzzle. And yeah, what I'm going to do initially, you can see that I haven't got that yellow orange, doesn't really matter at the moment. I'd like to keep that away from things. I'm going to flip this little piece here. Now, I also am going to have to flip another piece, and I want to flip a piece that I don't care about. So because of that, I'm going to start by doing it over here. So that is the other piece, because I need to do it on these yellow, blue, and orange faces. So what I'm trying to achieve here is somehow just kind of flip around this white blue piece a little bit so that it makes a pair of white blue. Okay, so I'm going to flip this triplet and that triplet. I can do that in the very, very standard manner that I would normally do. That's flipped. Let's turn it back, see what we've got. That is perfect. So what that's enabled is to create a pair of white blue, a pair of yellow blue, and a pair of orange yellow. And that's the last three pairs. My only task now is to get things matched so that I can complete all three. So the yellow blue is going to go to here. What happens? That's not going to work too well. If I turn that around to there, that will work nicely. So that's the first piece of the little puzzle. This is my third piece, and I've got to place this piece perhaps over here somewhere to begin with. Let's just see if that's an appropriate position. So what I'm thinking about is, again, that blue yellow is going to go there. I need these two pieces. So this is going to be my replacement piece. At the moment, if I replaced it, those white blue pieces would go to there, and that's not good. I need them to go to these two positions. So before I start, what I want to do is actually flip this white blue piece so that it is going to be correctly oriented. I'm going to flip this one and this one, which doesn't matter. All right, now I've rotated that blue yellow on. You can see that that is now going to turn and replace to there in the correct region. All I need to do now is carry out the replacement. So 1, 2, 3. Then I'll do the replacement. That's come back, that's solved, and that's solved. So those last three, just a matter of thinking your way through, ensuring that you don't turn white, green, red. And that is the hardest part, really, of the solve over. We now look to place our reduced edges. Obviously, the white, greens, and reds are already placed. I'm going to continue doing the other two white pieces here. And again, I just have to make sure that I don't turn the green or the red faces. So that white blue can go up to there, and it places the white orange at the same time. Now, that one's done. Let's do that one, which is already done. Let's do this one, which is the red blue. Okay, so I can turn that up to there. And now I can't just do a down, down, up, up, but I can turn that off, then put it on. So that's my three middle layer edges. Leaves me my fourth. I'd like to get those two done at the back. So the first one, yellow red. The next one is the yellow green, which is in position but flipped. So I'm going to bring it out and then place it. This will just be absolutely standard 3x3 sort of things. And then I'm going to find I either have a 3 cycle, which I've got here by the look of it, or maybe 2 flipped edges, which I can easily deal with. Anything that I would normally get on a 3x3. And that's pretty straightforward. The very last stage is to solve the corners. And the nice thing is I can happily turn the red, white, green faces if I need to. There's no restrictions on which faces I turn. I'm going to use the corner piece series here. So I'm just looking for a corner that goes down an edge on the side or along the back, whatever suits. In this case, it suits to go down the side like that. So turning the red face, turning the white face, no problem, because everything comes back to where it should be at the end. Blue, white, orange is over here. Anything else that's obvious? Not really. White, blue, red. I can just turn that up as a setup to there, but I want it to go across there, but I don't really have anything else. So I'll do another setup turn to put that one in position. Undo the setup, undo that setup. What have I got now? 1, 2, down to the last 3. So green, white, orange goes to here. That's a red. Going to come to that position. So I need the sticker in the red face to go up to here. So the easiest way there is just to pull them out the way, move that up, put them back. Now I've got these last 3 corners to cycle. Undo those setups. And you can see everything is solved. You can also see there is no single twisted corner because we took care of that earlier in the solve. So if you're looking for the single twisted corner, you'll have to go back to earlier where we fixed it very simply so that we didn't have to fix it now. But there it is, the Crazy Grills Neptune. As always, thanks for watching.